Have you guys ever found yourselves in this situation? You like a girl, you devote your entire mind and time to her, texting day and night and pursuing her every move, but in return, you only get indifference, short replies, or worse, a cold silence. You fear that if you stop, she will forget you and move on with some guy who is more aggressive. But what is the truth? The moment you actually stop chasing is exactly when your attraction begins to explode most powerfully. Why can your silence make her more obsessed than 1,000 flirtatious words? Today, I will play the role of a mentor and a psychological coach to lead you deep into the maze of the female mind. We are going to find out what really happens when you disappear from her orbit. Fasten your seatbelts, because what I am about to share might shock you, but it is based on extremely accurate psychological mechanisms. If you are ready to become the master of the game, hit like on this video and let us begin right now. Part 1. Breaking the pattern and the broken dopamine loop. Imagine this. Every morning you text, "Good morning, princess," and every night you wish her sweet dreams. In psychology, this is called a pattern. When you do that continuously, she begins to take it for granted. This attention is free and always available. The human brain, especially for women who tend to have strong emotional thinking, is very sensitive to change. When you suddenly stop, you have created something called a pattern break. What is the psychological mechanism here? It is the dopamine system, the neurotransmitter that creates a feeling of excitement. When you chase, she receives small doses of dopamine every time her phone vibrates. But when you stop, the supply is cut off. Her brain will fall into a state of dopamine hunger and start asking the question, why is he not doing that anymore? Let us look at a real-life example. A younger guy I once coached, let us call him Nam. Nam pursued a girl for 3 months, reporting his journey every single day. She only replied with or I know. I told Nam, stop immediately, give me total silence. On the first day, she felt fine. On the second day, she felt a bit strange. By the third day, she started checking Nam's social media profile to see if he was hanging out with someone else. Nam's silence triggered a curiosity stronger than any greeting. A question for you guys: how long has it been since you gave her space to actually miss your messages? Please comment the number of days you plan to stay silent below so I can see how determined you are. Part 2. The blow to the ego and the scarcity effect. There is a harsh truth. Women are usually used to being pursued. A man's attention is like a mirror that provides validation for them. When you stop chasing, that mirror disappears. At this point, her psychology will shift from confidence to self-questioning. She will ask herself, am I no longer attractive enough? Or has he met someone better? In psychology, this is the scarcity principle. Something becomes more valuable when it is at risk of being lost or is no longer easily obtainable. Your excessive availability is the enemy that kills attraction. When you are busy with your own life, when you are no longer waiting by the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you become unpredictable. And you know what? Research has shown that women feel most strongly attracted to men when they are uncertain about that man's feelings for them. Remember this metaphor. Love is like a card game. If you show all your cards from the beginning, who would want to play with you anymore? Silence is how you keep your trump cards hidden, making her exert effort to be allowed to see them. Part 3. The Zeigarnik effect, the obsession with the unfinished. This is an extremely powerful weapon that few people know about. The Zeigarnik effect indicates that our brains remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. When you are pursuing someone passionately and then suddenly go silent without explanation, you have created an open loop in her head. This relationship does not have a clear ending. It is an unpaid invoice in her mind. An illustrative story. Think about a movie that ends at the most intense part, a cliffhanger. You will spend the whole week thinking about it, right? It is the same in romance. When you stop chasing, she will start replaying old conversations and old dates to look for clues as to where she went wrong. This obsession can lead to a state of limerence, an intense and intrusive infatuation. She spends 85% to 100% of her waking time thinking about you, simply because you left an unanswered question. Hey guys, if you find this knowledge useful, do not forget to hit subscribe so you do not miss other in-depth psychological secrets. Part 4. The difference between a chaser and a high-value man. Why does stopping the chase make you different? Because most men out there do the opposite. When treated coldly, they try harder, text more, plead, or explain. That action only confirms one thing. You are the one who needs her more than she needs you. When you can calmly walk away, you show her emotional self-control. You are not a beggar for affection, but a man with standards. Women do not respect a man they can completely control. They respect a man they could lose. When you stop chasing, you shift your position from the hunter to the prize. She will start comparing you to the guys who are always catering to her, and suddenly you become the most prominent person because you are the only one with enough courage to leave if you are not appreciated. Now is the time for the most shocking truth that I promised at the beginning of the video. Are you guys ready? Here is the twist. When you stop chasing and see her start to take the lead, texting to check in or liking your photos, most of the time, it is not because she loves you at that exact moment. She comes back because she wants to reclaim control over her ego. She wants to confirm if she still has power over you. If you immediately become overeager, collapse, and go back to being a chaser as before, she will quickly get bored and disappear again. The true power of silence does not lie in putting on a show to get her back. That power lies in the fact that you can truly live well without her. True attraction arises from self-respect and independence, not from manipulative tricks. In summary, when you stop chasing, a series of chain reactions will occur. 1. Breaking dopamine, making her curious and starting to notice your absence. 2. Triggering scarcity, increasing your self-worth in her eyes. 3. The Zeigarnik effect, creating an obsession and urging her to find an answer. 4. Establishing position, showing that you are a high-value man with self-respect who is not easily led. Practical advice for you right today. Stop the pointless messages immediately. Do not ask, "Have you eaten yet?" or "What are you doing?" if she is acting indifferent. Focus on yourself. Use that time to level up your career, fitness, and personal hobbies. Your positive changes on social media without mentioning her will be a very strong psychological blow. Maintain composure. If she takes the initiative to text back, reply politely but briefly. Do not let her see that you have been waiting for that message all week. Remember, you can never force someone to love you, but you can certainly make them regret losing a high-value man like you. If you found this video enlightening, please share it with your best friend who is struggling with unrequited love. Do not forget to comment, "I choose myself," to affirm the mindset of a high-value man. Thank you for watching. I am your coach. See you in the next video.